Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the previous meeting, we talked about the dealer and the brokers, but we only focus on the dealers. In this meeting, I will talk about many things in the financial markets. The different types of financial markets. I will focus on the third market, which is a type of over-the-counter market. And we will see why some investors join the third market. It's important. And we will talk about the different types of orders. We have market order, limit order, and stop loss order. So we will focus on these three different types of orders. In addition to this, we will talk about the composite transactions and how people they trade in the financial markets, the mechanics of trading. For example, if you want to buy and sell from the financial market, with whom you should join or contact. You may go to the dealer or to the broker. And you have to differ between the role of dealer and the role of broker. This is a very, very important. And finally, we will talk about the long-term position or the long position and the short position. The buyers take long position and the sellers take short position. Okay, let's start by the composite transactions. Just to remind you, the main difference between dealers and brokers. The main difference between broker and dealer. The broker is facilitate the buying and selling to the investors or to the customers. Okay? For instance, we have here the investors and we have the financial markets. And here is the intermediate institutions. We have the broker. So broker just facilitate the buying and selling of the investors from the financial markets. The main difference between the broker and the dealer, he or she can buy and sell to his account. Okay? But the broker is not allowed to buy to his account. The broker only trades, buy and sell to the investors. In addition to this main difference, both dealers and brokers, they may provide some consultation or investment counseling services for the individuals, for companies, for governments, for institutions, or investment institutions. So this is the importance of both brokers and dealers. And in terms of license, the work of broker and dealers, they have different license. So the dealer, they are allowed to trade to their accounts and to the investors. But the broker is not allowed. This is from the legal perspective. And they have to submit a particular forms to get license from the Financial Market Committee. If the Financial Market Committee agree on the experience of the both dealers and brokers, they can give them the license. In addition to a particular amount of capital they should submit in their bank accounts to start up their business. And this is not a cheap business. It's expensive. And the most important things in this work, the experience. To what extent the broker and dealers have expert people in this field. So when they submit the forms, they verify or they show who are the experts in this field. If the company failed to show they have a particular number of experts, they fail to get the approval or the confirmation from the Financial Market Committee, which is also important because you are trading on behalf of investors, particularly the dealers. Dealers, they have tough regulations, more than the brokers, because they have inventory, they trade on their accounts, and they trade on behalf of the investors. So the Financial Market Committee make things very complicated to get approval or to get license to the dealers. Okay, so you should read around the role of dealers and the role of brokers. Now we will talk about the third market, over-the-counter market, which is the third market here. In the previous meeting, we talked about the organized markets, New York Stock Exchange, Amex, and the other financial markets like London Stock Exchange, like Palestine Exchange Market, like Amman, and other securities. Over-the-counter markets, generally, we have many types of over-the-counter market, OTC. In the OTC, we have third market, we have fourth market, and sometimes we have NCs. We will not talk now about NCs, just we will focus on the third market for the importance of the third market. Anyone has experience on the third market? Did you read around the third market? Mm-hmm.
Any company is delisted from the secondary market.
Okay.
It is included in the third market.
So any company delisted. Okay, let's focus on this point. It's right answer, but it's wrong. I don't know how this is going. It's right answer. It is in the OTC, but it is not in the third market. Okay, you see, it is right. It is on the OTC market, but it is not in the third market. Okay, can you correct this? The delisted, it is on the OTC, and it is in the OTC in a particular stage in the OTC market, but it is not in the third market. So the third market only deals with the blocks trades. Blocks trades. Yes, large number of stocks. For instance, if the New York Stock Exchange, look at the New York Stock Exchange, have up limits to trade in 10,000 shares, okay, 10,000 shares, and we have investor asking, for instance, for 50,000 shares. So he cannot go to the New York Stock Exchange, to the organized exchange markets. He can do things off exchange. Be careful what I say. I said off exchange. Off exchange. What it means off exchange, it is in the third market, which is not going to the New York Exchange itself. There is a particular place. The dealers can negotiate each other to set the price. Because the listed price in the organized financial markets is for a particular amount of stocks, but not for a large number of stocks. So if we have investors asking for 5 million stocks, so the organized financial market cannot do this for him. He should go to the third market or the over-the-counter market, even for listed companies. So this is why I say this is right, your answer is right, and wrong in the same time, because the third market is for listed companies, but only for blocks. Only for blocks. And the dealers, they do this job known as block positioners. Blocks positioners. So the people do this, blocks positioners. Okay? So we should differ between two things in the financial markets. If the company is delisted from the financial market, yes, it goes to the OTC, which is NASDAQ. But if it is listed in the financial market, but the investors asking for a large amount of stocks exceed the limits allowed by the organized market, it goes to the third market. And the people who do this job known as block positioners. Okay, any question? It's clear. Are you sure? Okay. My little question is, generally, who trades in the third market? Who trades in the third market? Individuals?
No.
Investors? Large investors? Institutions?
Yeah.
Okay. Generally speaking, the large institutions, big investors, they trade in the financial markets, like mutual funds investors, like insurance companies, like the pension funds, investment institutions, because they trade in a large number of stocks, which is the organized market cannot do this for them. And what is the characteristics of the third market is offering a cheaper price and a cheaper cost than the organized one, relative to because they trade in a wholesale, a huge amount of money, so they are subject of discount. They are subject of lower transaction cost and lower bid-ask spread, and it is possible to negotiate on the price, which is not available in the organized stock exchange. In the organized stock exchange, you are limited to the price that you see in the screen. But in the third markets, you are not limited to the price. You may negotiate on the price. For instance, if IBM is $60 and you want to buy 1 million shares, it could be below the $60. So it depends on the power of negotiation between you and the dealers, and between you and the sellers, because the dealer may sell you from his account or try to find out a particular seller to sell from his account. So this is the beauty of having blocks or over-the-counter markets or the third markets. Okay. Today, we are in 2015. These differences disappear, because the New York Stock Exchange, when reporting their transactions, they include all the financial transactions in other markets, even in the third or in the fourth market. So when you read the report of the New York Stock Exchange, it includes the over-the-counter market, the organized market, the third market, the fourth market. So some people think that it's only one market. And this is because of the high tech or the high technology available into the financial market, which make link between all of the financial markets. Yes, it's integrated in one market. So some people, they don't have experience. They think they are trading in one single market, but in reality, they are trading in a particular market. They join the third market or they join the organized market, but because the dealer provides these package in one time, so you cannot differ. Oh, this is third market. This is, but the expert people, they know this is in the third, this is in the primary, in the secondary market, and this is in the OTC market, and etc. Okay. And one more thing about the third markets, the execution of the transaction is faster than the speed of applying or executing the transactions is faster than the organized market, because you are dealing with large investors. You are dealing with institutions, not with the individual investors. And the commission, as I said, is is lower than the organized market. And this is computerized system. And people, they can negotiate over the computerized system. For instance, when I was working as a dealer, you have a screen like this, and you open the screen, you type the order. Okay, I want to buy this amount of money. So people, other banks or other dealers intervene and writing, okay, we offer this. Other people saying, oh, we offer this. Okay, and you send your message, okay, what about this price? Anyone interested in this price? And other messages is coming, okay, we are interested, but so it's negotiation over the BCs. It's not face-to-face negotiation. Then, if you want to talk to them, are you interested to convince them, you can pick up your mobile phone or your telephone and then talk to them directly. Okay, that's fine, but we don't want to go to this machine. Let's talk to each other. If just to narrow the point of views regarding the price. This is the mechanism of doing things in the trade market. And through the time, it's building trust between the institution and which is not available for the individual investors. Okay? And regarding the price is more accurate than the listed one in the organized one. Because there is a space to face-to-face negotiation. Okay? Any question? For the prices, this is how they offer the price. The stocks. We should start from dividends. Dividends is 2.16. 2.16. It means this company paid dividends or pay out $2.16. The yield is 4.2. So this yield is dividend yields. So the dividends yield is equal the dividends divided by the price. So if you divide this by the closing price, it will be 4.2%. Just double check this. Okay? Use your calculator just to double check. Huh? 2.16 divided by 51.
Closing price.
The closing price. Yes. So it is 4.2%. The BE, this is a very important ratio for the price efficiency, for the price related to the earning per share. It's equal, BE is equal price divided by EPS, divided by earning per share. If you divide the price, this is the closing price, by EPS, you can take the EPS from the financial statement, then you will have 30. What it means 30? What it means? What it means 30? If we have two stocks, the BE of A is 30 and BE of B is 20. Which you prefer, 30 or 20? Which you prefer, 30 or 20?
Doctor, it maybe means that you pay $20 for every $1 share, for every $1 profit. So when you pay less, it is better than.
Okay. So we prefer 20.
Yes.
So to generate $1 a profit, you pay $20. But to generate $1 as a profit, you pay $30.
Yeah.
So this is cheaper in terms of generating a profit or generating ABS. this sales is the trading volume, the number of shares traded in the financial market, which is 20,046 billions. And this is high, the highest price, this is the lowest price, and the closing price interchanged during the day. It's declined by minus 1%. Okay. And this is how they report the transactions. As I mentioned, the composite reporting, the New York Stock Exchange report the transactions, all the transactions, including the organized market and other markets, belong the New York Stock Exchange, and this is because of the availability of internet. Or the role of brokers, I explained: full service brokerage firms, discount brokers, and electronic trading. Full service brokerage firms, it provides counseling services, buying and selling to the investors. It provides some services to the investment banks or to the other investors. And discount brokers, they provide limited services, buying and selling. But full services, even they provide counseling. But in the discount brokers, just managing the accounts in terms of buying and selling. And provide electronic trading. They give you screen or give you opportunity to trade on the screens or on the using your mobile devices or your personal computer. You just need your username and password to join or to link, and they give you a huge number of data or information, the news, and many things related to the trade. The main difference between a broker and dealer related to the accounts, and I explained this. The dealers, they can trade on their accounts. They can buy and sell to their inventory. But the brokers, not just only to trade between, facilitate the relationship between buyers and sellers. Now let's talk about in details about dealers and brokers. As I mentioned before, the dealers should have license, and the investors, they have a particular dealer or a particular person inside the business. Suppose this is the dealer house. People working, and they have their offices, they have their mobile phones, and they have everything in this office. You are, as investors, when you contact the broker services, they assign for you a particular man or a particular lady just to trade on behalf of you. And you should sign like a contract giving authority to the dealer house or to the broker house to trade on behalf of you. You give them orders. You give the man sitting here orders. So the orders is coming from you, okay, because you are not allowed to contact the financial markets. So the dealer and the broker house are working on behalf of you. So the name of this guy is not like the salesperson. Or we can call him like representative. Representative, it means represent you in the financial markets. Is working on behalf of you when you execute the transactions with the financial markets. And the name of this guy, registered representative. Registered representative, so it means the financial markets, the dealers, you know this registered, and it's mean legally working on behalf of you. And in the investment terminology, or it's in the lay terminology, it means your agent. Okay? You give him authority to trade on behalf of you. And this particular guy sitting here is very important, because he or she cannot get a license to sit in this office unless he passes some exams. And these exams, professional exams or proficiency exams. It's not just finish his business school or financial management school and coming and join the this trading house or the dealer house. So the Financial Market Committee or some independent institutions arrange exams for these people, and who pass the exam, he can work on this. And unfortunately, we have a limited number of people that have experience on dealing with these things. Okay, because they need experience in how to trade, need experience in marketing, how to treat customers, some experience in electronic things or in software programs, communication skills, or generally soft skills, in addition to the financial skills. Don't think that this guy is an expert in taking decisions. This is very important, because this guy, his experience limited to the transactions, just applying, taking the transactions, buying and selling. So we're asking him to have experience in economics and econometrics and financial, in investment and communication skills and marketing. But during his job, his mind is lost, because he's busy and experience become limited to the transactions. He has a huge transactions every day, and he doesn't have a time to give you the this guy. His salary depends on two things. He has a fixed salary, and he has a commission in addition to the fixed salary. On each transaction, he has a commission, and it depends to what extent he or she convince investors to buy or sell. So his advice is because his commission, not because of the reality of the business. So be careful in this. You are as an investor or as a prospective or as a candidate to invest, don't listen to these people, because they may mislead you, because they need you to buy or to sell to take the commission. So it is not necessarily giving you advice to buy and sell because of the real condition of the business. No, because of real condition for him to get the commission from you. Okay? And this is important to know. Some people thinking these people, they have experience. They have experience limited to their job. Okay? Okay. You may ask me question. So where is the expert people?
Yes.
Yeah. In the dealer or in the broker, we have financial analysts, or we have investment analysts, or we have advisors, which this job is not their job. Buying and selling is not their job. They are independent from the dealing services. They are sitting in the top roofs, or they are sitting in other offices, and they have large experience. They have good experience in giving you detailed advice about a particular stock. They are sitting in their office and reading reports. They have some private information. They have some articles, some analysis. They do financial analysis. They have their own networks with the other institutions. So, and it costs you. So you can directly go to these guys buying and selling, but you may go to the other people asking you, okay, what do you think? I give you advice. And this is not a free service. You have to pay for these people. And this is what I say, this is before a full service brokerage firms. Full service brokerage firms, before you buying and selling, you may go to the people sitting in the top, or the specialist, or let's see, the expert people asking their recommendations. But careful. Their recommendation is not necessarily you follow them. It's your own decision. And they told you, be careful, this is just our recommendation to you. It's not necessarily to follow us. But generally speaking, because you paid for them, it means you may have accuracy in their recommendation. Okay, but not 100%. Okay? And sometimes you may go to these specialists or the advisors to give you some recommendations regarding to your, how you manage your money. And you may give them some detailed information about yourself, which sometimes you don't want to give this information to the dealers or to the normal people sitting, because these people are sitting like front office. But the specialist, or let's say the advisors, you should have, or you should give them detailed information about yourself, about your social things, about your money, about your living, about your future, many things. So they can design a particular investment for you, and you just follow these instructions or these recommendations. And these people, they have experience in investments. And again, unfortunately, the financial environment or the investment environment is suffering from the shortage of availability of these people, because they have many things, many skills, investment skills, financial skills, decision-making skills, macroeconomics,